Hello everyone, this is Normal here for Technique, and in this video we're gonna do a detailed review of the new Nokia 3. So Nokia 3 is the budget offering from Nokia after HMD Global has brought back the brand to India. So three devices were announced: the Nokia 3, Nokia 5 and the Nokia 6. So Nokia 3 is the cheapest of the lot with the pricing of around 9,499, and this comes with quite decent specifications. This comes in offline stores, unlike online only model for the Nokia 6. So in this video we'll talk about the details of the Nokia 3, the full in-depth review of this device, and also how good the device is for this pricing, and also talk about the pros and cons of this device. So without any further delay, let's get started. So first up, let's quickly have a look at the specifications of the Nokia 3. So this phone comes with an HD display, that's a 5-inch HD display. It's powered by the MediaTek MT6737 quad-core chipset coupled with 2GB RAM, 16GB storage. It has 8 megapixel rear camera, 8 megapixel front camera, and Android 7.0. So that is a quick specification of the Nokia 3. So let's get started with the detailed aspects. So first up, let's have a look at the design and build quality of the Nokia 3. So Nokia phones have been known for great build quality, but now Nokia is entering India with a different brand. As a different brand, it is now brought to India by HMD Global, and that's a company which will be producing Nokia smartphones. And you can see that the device quality looks pretty good. You can see it's a metallic aluminum chassis with a great fit and finish and build quality. The rear panel, although is not metallic build, it is a polycarbonate material. It's a plastic finish and actually looks quite good. You can see the camera unit along with the LED flash is arranged pretty neatly. We have this Nokia logo, and you can see the right side of the device houses the power and volume keys. The left side has the SIM tray. You can see the dual SIM card slots. At the bottom you have this micro USB charging slot, the speaker unit, and up top we have the 3.5mm audio jack. So that's the design aspect. And the front panel, if you look at, you can see the device has a 5-inch HD display. It has a 8 megapixel front camera and 3 capacitive touch buttons. They are not backlit. So that was the design aspect. So overall it's a quite good looking device out there. The build quality is pretty good. It's a pretty compact device as well because of the 5-inch display, and feels quite good to hold as well. So overall design and build quality definitely feels pretty premium and great for the pricing. Now let's talk about the display. So the display is a 5-inch HD display. It's a polarized display, and there is Corning Gorilla Glass protection. It is a 2.5D glass. You can see there is a 2.5D glass. So that's the display aspect of the Nokia 3, and it looks quite good in terms of the display performance. Although the colors are slightly on the colder side, the overall display quality feels quite decent. The touch response also feels quite good. Now the viewing angles are acceptable levels. It's not very great, but then it's definitely acceptable levels. So the display on the Nokia 3 definitely feels quite decent. Now talking about the software. So this phone comes with a stock like UI. It's Android 7.0. There's no custom UI. It's a basic stock UI, you can see. And if you look at the notifications and quick toggles, it's exact the same stock Android implementation. And if you go to the settings panel, you can again see that the UI feels quite stock like, and there is no additional options included except for some basic options. You can see some motion gestures are included, turn over to reject call and mute to pick up. So these are the only two gestures supported, and other than that it feels quite similar to the stock Android. You can see the Android version is 7.0. That's not technically the latest version, but it still has Android 7, and it comes with 2GB RAM. So that is the software aspect. Overall it feels quite good in terms of software. The only third-party app is the Nokia support and the FM radio app. Other than that, it's pretty simple and basic UI included on this device. So now talking about the performance. So this phone runs on a quad-core MediaTek chipset, the MT6737 chipset, and it is coupled with 2 gigs of RAM and 16 gigs of storage. Now talking about the MT6737, it's not a really powerful chipset for a phone in the 10K price segment. It is a budget chipset, and the MT6737 is a quad-core chipset, not really a performing chipset, and this really shows up in the gaming performance of the Nokia 3. You could see that the gaming performance was pretty much average. You could see a lot of lagginess in the games and not a great experience in high graphic settings. With medium graphic settings, it was definitely playable, but definitely not the best experience. So the gaming on this Nokia 3 is definitely a disappointing aspect of the device. Now, day-to-day experience, we did see some lags here and there when switching between apps, opening the settings, and here and there you could definitely see some lags in the device. So it's not really a great performer out there. The MediaTek MT6737 is a pretty basic chipset and can't handle very heavy task, and also there is just 2GB RAM, so that means the performance is not really that great. But for an average user who is not into heavy gaming or heavy multitasking, this phone provides some decent experience overall. Now this phone comes with dual SIM cards. It's not a hybrid SIM card, it's a dedicated SIM card, and it comes with 4G LTE and VoLTE supported. Now one of the important and missing aspect about this device is that there is no fingerprint scanner. So that's one of the major features which people look at when you buy this device. So at a 10K price point, there's no fingerprint scanner. So that's definitely one of the major downsides of the Nokia 3. So Nokia could have done with a fingerprint scanner, but they have done they not included a fingerprint scanner. And for people who are looking to buy this device, you should be aware that there is no fingerprint scanner available on the Nokia 3. The call quality and the speaker performance of the Nokia 3 was quite decent. We did not see any major issues with the call or signal performance, but the speaker performance, which is located on the bottom panel, was quite average. Now let's talk about the camera. So it has an 8 megapixel shooter on the rear panel, and it has an LED flash, and on the front panel we have again an 8 megapixel shooter. Both are autofocus cameras, and looking at the camera interface, you could see it's a quite decent UI. It produces some decent options. It has a panorama, beautify mode and HDR mode included, and the video recording is again disappointing. It's just 720p, and the camera samples is maximum at 8 megapixel. Now the camera interface is quite fast, but the features offered are quite average in our opinion. Now looking at the camera samples taken with this device, again this was one of the disappointing aspects with the Nokia 3, and the camera abilities was quite average. In daylight condition, the color quality was quite decent, but then the sharpness levels and overall clarity of the photo was pretty average. So not the best camera out there in this price segment, especially when Nokia was known for great camera abilities when before with Windows phones, but now the new Nokia 3 does not impress us with the camera performance. Now low light experience again was noisy and pretty much average performance in this price segment. The selfies turned out to be decent, but then the skin tones were not that great. So overall the camera on the Nokia 3 was kind of disappointing. And if you're looking for a smartphone in this price segment with great camera performance, you shouldn't be looking at the Nokia 3. Now finally talking about the battery performance. So the Nokia 3 comes with 2630 mAh battery, so that the capacity of the battery is lower side when compared to the Redmi 4 or the Redmi Note 4, which has 4000 mAh battery. Now the battery performance is quite average on this device. You can manage up to 1 day of usage, but in our usage we couldn't get more than a day. Average 1 day is what we got on this device. So if you're looking for a really high battery performance, the Nokia 3 won't provide you with that much battery. It is kind of average performance and can get you through 1 day of usage. So now we have talked about almost all aspects about the Nokia 3. So how good is the device for a price of 9,400? So the good aspects is that the design is good, the build quality is pretty good, the display is kind of average, and you have the stock UI. So the good aspects end there, and the disappointing aspects about this device is the poor performance. The hardware is not that great for this pricing. The cameras are kind of average. The battery performance is again average, and also the software does not feel that great smooth with the quad-core MT6737. So priced at 9,499, we feel that the Nokia 3 is slightly overpriced. The better alternatives definitely is Redmi 4 or even Redmi Note 4. The base variant is still better than the Nokia 3. But if you want to buy the Nokia branded device at the most affordable pricing, then this is the device to go. But mind you, you have to bear with all these cons when using the Nokia 3. So that's all guys with the detailed review of the new Nokia 3. Hope this video was useful. Do hit the like button and also hit the red subscribe button for more videos. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you in our next video. Have a great day.